Getting a little bit of a slow start today. Yeah, I just.
Welcome back to the #1 financial literacy podcast in the world. This is The Higher Standard.
Again, welcome back.
Welcome back again.
Yeah, we've opened the show 3 times now.
Sitting in front of me is my partner in crime, Christopher Nahibi.
And sitting across from me is the quarter zip king, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who wears boat shoes for fun. Said Omar, everybody.
Trendsetting. We're trendsetting out here. Why are we trendsetting? What's up, Regil?
What's
the
up, my guy?
Fijian. 50, a.k.a. Ferrari.
Well, 55 now.
Get
Bro's losing way too
5 pounds a week is a little wild, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
He's just not eating before he gets on the scale.
This is insane.
Yeah. Are you feeling okay?
Oh, yeah, I feel good. I feel good. Well, I'm going to feel better after this first form energy drink. Yeah.
I think this is a good time to mention that this episode is brought to you by Fridays.
Yeah, that's right. Go to www.joinfridays.com, enter the code HIGHER, and you will get a discount, and you will help us help ourselves and help you and all that fun stuff. And you know what? I microdosed GLP once.
Yeah.
I'm on TRT. And for those of you thinking, what? You don't have any muscles? Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I don't get it either.
No, Chris wears really baggy t-shirts. He's actually really jacked. You can't tell. He's really humble about it.
Actually, I used to be, and now because I wear the baggy shirts, you can't tell that I'm not anymore.
You can't tell.
I'm up here, dog.
Here.
I'm giving cerebrals.
We're gonna get into a whole lot of things in tonight's episode. We have to touch on what's going on with Jerome Powell and the Fed, right?
Oh, the back and forth is so good. My favorite daytime soap opera right now, just for those of you who want to know, it's watching Jamie Dimon, the president, and Jerome Powell all make comments at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so good.
We have to get into that. We have to get into some of the things that the president is calling into action, like he wants to cap interest rates on credit cards at a certain percent.
Yeah, he wants all cap, no facts.
He wants
just to be clear.
Yeah, capping everybody, right? But first, what we're going to start off with is Chris has been doing some deep dives into creating some charts, right? And he's created these charts that he's presented on the lives, and we're going to get into explain how these are valuable and what these actually mean and why you should be paying attention to them if you want to be a well-informed investor.
This is the first time I've actually seen them on the bigger screen there. So I think it's important to break the charts down because I think people need to understand a little bit of the why. And for those of you who don't follow the lives, which I understand is a lot of people who listen to the show, because like I said, I've seen the numbers. Mm-hmm. I'm lonely on the lives, everybody. We've tried to create some proprietary hedge fund-like is kind of what I've been calling it, but we've tried to come up with some proprietary algorithms, ways to look at the market that'll help you invest without being super sophisticated, right? A lot of the stuff you see if you were to turn on CNBC are numbers that only make sense to you and register to you as impactful if you've been constantly following it or constantly engaged. Mm-hmm. So how do you remove this, I guess, background necessity? You make something very clear, very transparent. The first chart we have up here is a U.S. market risk profile chart, and I'm fully aware that people listening to the show are likely not looking at this, so that's okay. I'm going to explain to you why this chart is meaningful and why some of the things you look at on a daily basis actually can be a little skewed. This chart currently shows that the market's closed. It shows the Dow Industrial, S&P, NASDAQ Composite, Russell 2000, and the Invesco QQQ. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar, the Dow basically follows the industrials and a lot of the business stocks that are out there. The S&P 500, top 500 performing stocks. NASDAQ Composite is the NASDAQ Composite Index, where you have all of the tech-focused trading. You have the NASDAQ and the NYSE. Russell 2000 is just the upper industrial. Actually, you can look up the Regil, you do that. You can look up the Russell 2000. I always get that one screwed up, so I'm not going to go there. And then you have the Invesco QQQ, which is the top 100 performers in the NASDAQ. All of that is complex in and of itself, and you have to follow these indices every single time. So basically what we did is we took ETFs, the DIA for the Dow Jones, SPY. Oh, here you go. Thank you, Jill. Look up what is in the Russell 2000 or what makes up the Russell 2000 index. I always screw that up, so I just want to make sure I get it right. I had to look it up like 4,000 times while I was doing this. So basically, I put together a proprietary way to look at these 5 different indices vis-a-vis ETFs. ETFs trade with real money. All the derivatives, all the real action in the market comes from there. Said, if you can help me out.
Yeah, the Russell 2000 is made up of approximately 2,000 of the smallest U.S. public companies.
Small cap.
Yeah, correct. Small cap. Selected from the broader Russell 3000 index, which covers about 98% of the entire U.S. market.
So small caps. All right, there you go. So the smaller cap companies versus the larger cap companies, and basically the algorithm here gave me a way to look at the market from a holistic perspective, looking at the cash coming in, cash coming out, and Saeed's looking at the notes. It should have my full description of this. But rather than looking at the values of these things, which are really irrelevant to most people, we're going to look at the percentages up or down, right? And then we're going to come up with, based on a chart, whether you're in a liquidation market, a risk-off market, a defensive market, a mixed day, a tech-led rally, a growth run, or a broad rally where the market's just growing.
Right.
You'll be able to look at this and look, growth run, broad rally, those are green, those are positive, right? Tech-led, still kind of positive, but only the tech's really leading the way. I think Mag 7's having a great day. And then liquidation, bad. Risk-off, bad. So we'll know by looking at this chart really quick if the market, if everybody out there is feeling like we're in a risk-on or risk-off economy.
Right, exactly. And for most other places, because like Chris said, this is proprietary, right? You're not going to get this anywhere else. So there was a lot that went into this. For most other platforms that are maybe showcasing some of this, you're either getting a red mark, like a red chart or a green chart, letting you know things are good, things are bad, whatever. What this is really showing you is where the capital is flowing to, right?
That's right.
And where from. So it lets you know where's there more risk and where maybe there might not be as much risk.
Well, where the money's going, exactly. Risk on, risk off, and where the money's going. And we did inject. Normally, I probably wouldn't inject tech into this, but because tech's been such a huge part of the growth story the last decade, I felt that having a mixed day, tech-led growth run differentiation was more important. Right?
Yeah.
Go to the next chart while he's doing that.
Yeah, because what we really want to hyper focus on, right, is now that we've officially launched the live shows, right, that Chris is hosting for us. We want to get out in front of the headlines. We don't want the headlines to really move anything. We want to see where are people more defensive and where are people more confident, right? So if you can take a look at a chart like this, you can actually get in front of the headlines and don't let the headlines move you.
Yeah, and I also think that part of our show, as we go through today's episode, you're going to find that there's a big delta between headlines and the reason for the headline versus what we're actually seeing and feeling in the economy. You're going to find that in today's show in particular, there are reasons that a lot of headlines are being made that aren't necessarily true and impacting the market in the way you would probably think of, because they're there for ulterior motives. We're going to prove it out.
Yeah.
Before we do that, however, let's go to the next chart here, which is one of my personal favorites. This is the synthetic volatility index. A lot of people have looked at the VIX as the fear gauge. We talked a lot about it on the shows and prior shows. And the VIX just shows you how much fear is in the market. And traditionally speaking, below a 20 score is generally considered to be a stable market. Above a 20 is usually generally considered to be a riskier market and more fear in the market.
But let's just maybe help people understand how real dollars are actually changing the VIX, right? So it's actually people putting their money where their mouth is. It's not just, a survey that you might get from somewhere, right? From one of the feds, right? This is actually people putting options or puts, right?
Yeah, the VIX is really traded off of the SPY, I believe, which is an ETF for the S&P 500.
Yeah.
So the VIX is supposed to be a proxy of all the real money trading activity that's going on through the day, which includes derivatives, it includes all the money flowing in the markets.
Right.
I felt that was kind of a narrow gap of the markets, and we decided to come up with something that I think more hedge funds used. What we're doing is we're looking at realized volatility, we're looking at intraday range stress, gap risk, cross-market volatility, and don't worry.
THS hedge fund sounds sexy.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a real thing. So we came up with this, what I'm calling a synthetic volatility score, but long story short, we broke this down into what we all experienced in high school, right? If you get a 90% or above, you got an A, right? In this case, you're in a calm market. If you're in 60% to 80%, because I like to give everybody a passing score, you're in a normal market. You're a healthy, normal kid, right? Okay. It's not a D, C, and a B.
Oh, we're gentle parenting. This isn't what I grew up with, by the way. I just want to make that very clear.
Yeah, I know, right?
I got punished for the 90%.
40 to 60 range, you're in a tense territory at home, kids.
Progress reports all day.
Yeah, not good. If you're in the 20 to 40, you're an unstable little bastard. Okay. And if you're in 0 to 20 panic, that kid's going to kill somebody. So
have you gone far enough to test this and to see like previous dates on when they should have signaled that it was unstable or panic?
I have been beta testing the math on this for about 2 weeks. Yeah. I've been beta testing the chart with the math in it for about a week and a half.
Yeah.
And I've done 3 shows. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Where I've actually seen this in play. So it does work. It's quite good. And people are going, okay, Chris, what the hell? The idea is we're going to put together a composite index, which allows us to tell you, okay, today is a tech rally or tech-led rally in a calm market or a normal market.
Yeah.
And because you're going to have that risk perspective and volatility perspective, you're going to feel more comfortable in any investment decisions you make in any space that day because you're going to know what the general trading activity is telling you for the day. We're going to combine that with things like the liquidity in the market from the Fed by looking at the reverse repo line. We're going to look at some of the QE that's going on in the market. We're going to put together a risk on, risk off based on Fed liquidity in the system, so you know at any point in time there.
Right.
And this is my time to pause and go, okay, we just nerded out hard, everybody.
Yeah.
All right? And I know everyone's going like, what? Come on, Chris, just talk about boobies and stuff like normal. You know what I mean? Like, what is this?
No.
Let me explain. What we're going to do is we're going to weaponize a lot of what we talked about on the show to give everybody a composite view, the same composite view that index funds typically have whenever you walk in their door and you look at their internal operating systems. They have a snapshot of the market that day.
Yeah.
We're just building that same snapshot out piece by piece and then beta testing it live in the live streams. All the reason for you guys to check those out. And we'll bring them on the show and talk a little bit more about what we're seeing in the markets with a holistic view. And we'll also include things like macro events and stuff like that. But this is all coming through our server, our own private database. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Why this is actually really important for people to follow. And if you, let's say, on the show, we want to try our absolute best to teach people, right? To teach people certain things, and we're going to start releasing the evergreen content that, you know, is more educational. But this will also be something that you can come to every day or at least every live, right? And tune in, check in to see, you know, what are the THS guys saying? You know, where's the market right now? Is there a false strength right now? Is the strength that's being carried in the S&P 500, is it really only being carried by a handful of names, or is this signaling something else, right?
Well, I also think too now is probably more appropriate time than many other times in the economy's history. We've got a lot of volatility, and today's show in particular is really going to talk about some of the things that have tested this, and we're going to get into some of the headlines and the reasons, the motives, the responses. And throughout all of this, I want you guys to keep one frame perspective using just the two charts we pulled up. Throughout all of this, we have been at the lowest point in a mixed day where there's no real consensus on where things are going.
Yeah.
We've seen it largely a tech-led rally, and we've seen a little tiny bit of a growth rally at the very end of the chart in the total growth space. On the other side of things, the volatility index, we have been above 80 in the calm territory the entirety of all the things we're going to talk about today.
Okay.
So there hasn't been a volatility injected in the market because of these things, which is crazy when you think about it.
Right.
And we're still rallying forward, even though it's tech-led or growth, but it's still tech-led predominantly. So it's S&P 500, the NASDAQ is still rallying more, and the
which is interesting, right? Because I guess historically speaking, when we've had like these record highs or close to record highs, but at the same time we see like gold, because gold is also used as like a fear gauge too when this starts to go up, right? There's a lot of uncertainty with what's around the corner, right? So the fact that this isn't signaling, I mean, it's comforting, right? Because it makes you realize, okay, nothing is imminent, right? Or right around the corner, but it's still something that we should all be prepared for.
Yep, I think that's right. Before we get into the first article tonight, I have to apologize. I'm a little rattled. I was sitting in the studio earlier today, and it was probably like, I don't know, like 9 a.m. And I'm sitting, at the desk that Regil's at right now, and I'm doing some of my usual work, and my dad walks in.
Yeah.
My dad is a 5'5" Iranian guy who looks like Danny DeVito, but used to be a little more rotund. He's lost a lot of weight recently, my dad. He's got a big gray beard now, which he didn't always have, and he's wearing a cowboy hat. We live in Southern California. Okay.
I can appreciate a good cowboy hat, but I mean, it kind of catches you off guard a little bit.
There were so many questions. Like,
right.
First of all, just right out the gate, where did you get that?
Where do you go to buy it?
You're not in Texas.
Right. So honestly, Regil, where would you go? Honestly, right now, if you had to buy a cowboy hat.
Please enlighten me. Where would you go?
Probably Boot Barn.
That's a pretty good pull.
I honestly don't even know what Boot Barn is.
There's one right on the corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Bass Pro Shops? Is that?
I don't think Bass Pro Shops would be a cowboy hat.
No, they don't got him there.
No, I think you got like those weird.
I'm just
floppy
thinking of
hats.
Dude Perfect. That's all I can think about.
Dude Perfect is your only. Yeah, you're from California.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he had the hat on, and it was like one of the ones that are like it was all black, and it had like the really narrow sides like tilted up. So it was like an attitudey, sassy cowboy hat.
Sassy cowboy hat is wild.
And I'm like,
Wait,
what?
but what's the purpose?
going on?
What's the purpose behind it? That has to serve a purpose.
I think it's just a different style. Personally, I'm sure there's a history behind the style, but it's just a different style.
No, when people fold, they're like yours. You fold it because you were trying to block. They're blocking the shade. It's not a. It serves a purpose.
I only folded it because I had a flat bill hat on because my wife washed this hat because she said it was dirty, and then it got all soft. So then I had to reform it.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, but
So-
so he was wearing a black suit, a red tie, a white shirt, and a black cowboy hat, walking around the halls here with a big gray beard.
Gangster.
It was very strange. It was off-putting.
Honestly.
Ruined my entire day.
What do you just?
And then, to make matters worse, and this is where the emotion comes in. I'm sitting at my desk. It's like now noon. I haven't eaten, and I just got off a live stream.
Mhm.
My dad sits down and goes, "I'm going to apply for a gun permit."
Apply for a gun permit.
I said, "I'm sorry, you're going to do what now?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna get a gun permit."
Explains the cowboy hat.
And I said,
Okay.
"Is it?" And so of course I'm looking at him going like, "Is there something you want to tell me?
Yeah.
Like, are we okay?
Yeah.
Have you been watching Landman?"
Have you guys had discussions? Oh, Landman. Okay.
None of this ever come up before.
No.
None of it ever. He'd never mentioned a cowboy
Like,
hat.
Growing up, was he ever like pro guns, against guns? Like
Never had a conversation about
never,
guns growing
zero.
up.
Okay.
I mean, I was born in Oklahoma. He was in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a proximity to the culture there, but never in my adult life has this been a thing.
Okay.
So when I asked him about the hat, he goes, "I like it." I'm like, "Yeah, I get it, but I mean, that isn't like you started wearing t-shirts,
Right.
you know?"
Now you got to one up him. Now you got to go get a cowboy hat and get it embroidered.
I was thinking about getting a horse.
Horse.
Hey, Dad, my new car's got 1 horsepower.
Yeah. I was joking around before the show. Like I'd be the guy that goes to Lids and says, "Yo, got any cowboy hats? I need 7 5/8, dog."
You're gonna walk out with a leather baseball cap.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the first article, y'all.
Imagine how insulting that would be, though. Getting a cowboy hat with the LA Dodgers like embroidered on. Just
I
like
guarantee you.
I'm mixing cultures.
There's
I'm mixing cultures now.
Oh, there it is.
You should get
Hey,
this
no,
for him.
hey, Google this. Let me know if that's out there.
Plush stick horse. With,
Let me know if that's out
oh,
there.
and it's got multiple sounds.
Multiple sounds. Wait, Google cowboy hat with the LA on it. See if it comes up.
Oh yeah, they got those.
They got those,
Yeah. Jill has one.
bro. I'm gonna have to do that for the show,
You're not gonna do that.
bro.
You're not.
that's-
If you wear
that's
that
so
in here,
hard.
you will not get to the front door.
I'm gonna do that, and it's got the rope too.
It's the LA
And
Dodgers
10% off
cowboy
your
hat.
first order.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Los Angeles Dodgers solid team color cowboy hat.
Yeah. So, listener, of
Like
the
only women buy that, right?
listener of the show actually told me to tell you that you need to get a new hat.
Hi, Dave Mitsuchi.
I was gonna out him.
Yeah. I know.
He told you.
Every time.
He said you need championship hats.
Every time I talk to him, he brings up the fact that my hat is lacking a timeliness.
Yeah.
And
Championship.
yeah.
Patch. Shout
All
out
right.
David.
Yeah, let's get into the first article here. CNBC, a major development in Trump's Fed feud is set to happen next week in the Supreme Court. And I think this has got way more importance than people understand.
We got to get into this. I mean, when people tune into our show, I think they actually tune in because they want to know what we think is going on with the Fed.
Well, it's about to go weird.
Yeah.
That's what's going on with the Fed.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so let's set the stage before we get into this article here. Jerome Powell is the chairman of the Fed. He's the chair.
Mhm.
All right? He's the Fed secretary.
Mm-hmm.
And he is coming off his term in May. So he will no longer be the head of the Fed in May because his term will be up, but he will still be on the FOMC committee.
Right.
So if you're, let's just say, hypothetically, a president who didn't like the current economic policy of the FOMC and you wanted to, instigate pretty significant change, what would you do?
Right. Right.
You would say, I'll put people on that are probably a little more aggressive as it relates to rate cuts who echo my thoughts.
And I think with everything that's going on, well, hold on. Let's backtrack a little bit in case everyone doesn't remember exactly what's going on here, right?
Lisa Cook?
No.
Or,
The Federal Reserve started renovating their building in 2022. Okay?
oh, yeah. This is just Lisa Cook, though. This isn't even that part yet.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You want to do this part first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
And I'm getting excited for the soap opera.
I could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Young, ambitious. Super eager. First time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second time.
Yeah, second time? Yeah. I like to think about other things while I'm doing it, just to keep the excitement down.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's
Just
what's your go-to?
try that.
What's your go-to?
Usually, every once in a while, sports.
Sport.
Because I'm disinterested. It's very unexciting.
Wonder what's going on with LeBron right now?
Yeah. I'm thinking about LeBron's hairline. It's very unattractive. I can stay focused all the time. Kills the excitement. Every once in a while, Regil. All right. So, for those of you who don't remember about Lisa Cook specifically, the executive branch decided to say that Lisa Cook had committed mortgage fraud on a second home that she called a primary residence.
Right.
Right. And because she called it a primary residence and not a second home or not an investment property, whatever the hell
she got a lower interest rate.
She got a lower interest rate. So they're accusing her of mortgage fraud, trying to remove her from the FOMC as a result of this, quote, fraudulent act.
Okay. And I guess, look, is it wrong? Yes. Does it happen every single day?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All the time.
Thousands of times, probably. Right.
Matter of fact, I think I'm going to be honest. Like, there is a good argument to be made that the banks got screwed, but other than the banks getting screwed, which I think most Americans are like, yes.
I mean, screwed is like, I don't know.
It's a kind of a victimist crime. Kind of.
They could have made a couple more $1,000, like maybe, right?
Let's be honest, the bank sold it to somebody else.
Right.
You know? And she didn't default, so the extra risk they would be paid for in the interest rate on a non-defaulting loan really isn't there. And I got to be honest.
And she probably drove more business that way. I don't know. I'm just saying.
If you're going to give someone the benefit of the doubt on a rate, you're probably going to give someone on the FOMC, that's probably a little bit less of a default risk.
Yeah.
Again, neither here nor there. They're now in the Supreme Court debating whether or not Trump can replace her. So the outcome of this Supreme Court decision, which has been very slow to respond, oddly, is going to really tell whether or not he can come in, i.e. Trump, and say, hey, Jerome, you committed fraud.
Mm-hmm.
You committed fraud in a grand jury testimony about Insight, if you want to remind people.
Yeah, so what the FOMC and the Fed did was they were renovating their building back in 2022.
Mind you, this building was built in like 1910 or something
1910.
crazy.
And
right?
I know this is going to sound crazy,
and
right?
It is a multi-billion-dollar renovation.
It's a and originally estimated to have a $1.9 billion renovation cost, right?
Yeah.
3 years later, 2005, that estimate got bumped up as all construction projects do, right? And it went up to $2.5 billion.
Okay, I'm just going to pause right there. Okay, let's just.
Does it sound like I'm defending a side?
It does sound like you're defending. I'm just going to put. Okay, look. If something goes from 1.9 billion to 2, that's $100 million, bro.
No. I get it.
You're talking. Okay.
I get it. There is a little thing called inflation.
No, man.
Material costs, everything.
Man.
Okay,
no.
hold on.
Okay, I get where you're going with this, and I'm just saying, but let's just. Okay. 1.9 divided by 2.6, was it?
2.5.
2.5. Okay.
Yeah.
2.5. 76%. Okay. So that's a 24% increase.
It is a 24% increase. I mean, he I'm not going to take a
We've
side
had
on
a lot
this.
of inflation in there, but I'll play the devil's advocate.
Okay.
Probably bad call someone the devil. I'll play the other side's advocate here. You're tearing down part of the White House to build, was it a ballroom?
Yeah, a ballroom for how much? It was like $300 million. That's a lot of money, bro. A historical part of the building, I might add. Right?
I feel like that really though is like, I feel like if I'm being honest, I feel
$400
like
million.
400 million. Okay,
that's
whatever.
pretty close, man.
Just 100 million off, whatever.
Yeah, that's the creatine kicking in.
Yeah, there you go. Is that you on creatine now?
Oh yeah,
huh?
I'm on all the creatine. I'm on like 10 milligrams a day.
You don't really need that much.
No, I think you do. The science is out now. You need more than 5.
You need a gram per pound of body weight.
Yeah, no, it's more than 5. So it's somewhere around like 7 to 10 is the sweet spot.
And Regil, this is a classic example why not everybody should listen to Andrew Huberman. Okay.
I think mine was from Dr. Rhonda Patrick.
The science is out now, and it says you need more. So I'm going to take 10.
Right. But hold on. Let's remember another key point to this.
Is that they're really building a secret base under the White House space was justified?
Oh, the data center under the White House? I didn't say that. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying there's conspiracy theories out there.
I mean, there are some theories out there. We can get conspiratorial.
It could be for aliens.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, can we just be honest?
Did you see that episode with Rogan and Tom Segura where
No.
they brought this up and they're like they've literally found like mummified aliens that are it's like out and it's open, it's well documented, like nobody's talking about it.
Oh yeah. Well, the problem is they found quote mummified aliens before that were really made up of like different animal bones.
Yeah.
So like when that one instance of that happening has really like screwed up everybody's everyone's like, they're fake.
Yeah.
Here's the sad part,
But
man.
how are we not talking about it?
I'll be honest. This could absolutely be the truth. This is our truth now. You can live it or not, right? You could literally have aliens land, okay, in your backyard.
Right.
Get out of the ship. Come up to you, be like, "What up, my guy?
Yeah.
We here in peace."
And you could post the ring footage, camera footage,
You could post that.
and guess what?
Not a damn person gonna believe you.
Hey, you're lying.
No one.
Yeah, it's AI.
No
bro.
one is going to believe you.
Right.
I'll be honest. You showed me that, and you came to me with like 100% conviction. Be like, "Sorry, dog, stop playing with Sora."
I know.
I know Higgsfield's dope, but this
I
ain't
know.
the way.
This ain't the way.
We've now reached the point where aliens, even if they do exist, unless it's like a mass event, it didn't happen.
Yeah. I got more stuff. I got better stuff to worry about. My household credit card debt's getting out of control.
Yeah, mine too, man. It's at a point.
It's getting too
now.
much. Okay, so but back to this point, okay? So he updates the renovation cost to 2.5 billion, is it right? Damn, billion. God,
Yeah,
it hurts.
it stutters.
It hurts saying it. But the other component about this that we do have to keep in mind, all right, is I know he works for the Federal Reserve. There's nothing federal about the Federal Reserve. They are not part of the government, right?
Oh, yeah.
They are independent.
Yeah, supposed to be.
Supposed to be,
Yeah.
right? And they're supposed to be independent so that there isn't any influence by a political party, one way or the other, right? So that's the other component of this. And then when this current administration took office in January of 2025, what happens? He came in, immediately started demanding to lower interest rates. And when JP from the hood, Jerome Powell, chose to not follow that rhetoric and not agree to do it, he got a little testy. He's like, I'm coming for you. What does he call him? Too late, Jerome?
He's got too many nicknames, man.
Bro,
he's nicknaming everybody. Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, he's got nicknames. He had one for Nancy, right?
Bro, I was watching.
What do you call Nancy?
I can't remember. It was
Crooked Hillary was one?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Bro, I was watching him give a speech the other day at like just some random Michigan economic event.
Yeah.
And I ended the live stream to get on. And bro, he's taking shot after shot after shot at Joe Biden. I'm like, bro.
It's gone. It's over.
Like, he's dead already. Like, I'm pretty sure they just haven't. I mean, like, I don't know where he's at.
Yeah.
But he ain't like, I mean, bro, I'm just like, God, like, bro, you're kicking him. Like,
It's too
stop.
much. Yeah, let it go.
So this is the part of the show where I've got to explain. All of this seems, just looking from the outside, looking in, all of it. Oh.
I'm right, Jerome.
Go ahead,
Jerome, too late, Powell. This is from DJT. Has done it again. He is too late and actually too angry, too stupid, and too political.
You got to capitalize on that.
I mean, I know. How many times have we flagged the show already?
Yeah.
To have the job of Fed chair, he is costing our country trillions of dollars. I mean, he's not personally costing the country. There are many other voting members that are also costing the country.
Dog, you appointed him.
Right?
That's your hire.
Yeah, you appointed him actually, right? Exactly. Now, I guess, look.
Bro, capitalized total loser. Damn.
Bro.
That's cold-blooded. So let's get
What happened?
let me finish my point before.
Total loser is wild.
So bad. All right, so the midterms are coming up, okay? And right now, the Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the executive branch.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to throw stuff up. We got to virtue signal a little bit to see what happens. And let me explain to you, unfortunately, how this works now. And this sucks, okay? We're all victims of this. I am 100% at fault here for doing the exact same thing. So I'm not sitting here telling you that I'm different.
Okay.
All right? Here's what happens. And Trump, love him or hate him, is a master at this. He's going to throw out all the things. You think he's posting this stuff to True Social and X and he's not scanning through these social platforms? He's 100% scanning.
Uh-huh.
His account is Too Late Joe or Too Late Jerome at X. So he's looking through, or Darth Powell, that's his account.
Powell, yeah. That's his.
So he's going through, he's looking at these things, and he knows that he's got to appeal to the American populace in order to keep his party in the office they're in, right? A lot of these people supported him to win the presidency, so he's got to make sure they're supported as well,
and
so he can accomplish his goals.
And he has to control the narrative and begin pointing fingers. What you're experiencing and what you're going to be experiencing is not based on, it's not a reflection of my work.
Right.
It's somebody else.
So what you do politically is you throw things out that you know are common conversation points on social media.
Like what?
Long before he talked about this stuff, people were talking about, how do we solve the affordability crisis? Oh, I know, a 50-year mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
So then he throws it out, and then he watches the narrative. Well, that narrative fizzled out because most people, most Americans, more Americans than not, more voters than not, said, I'm not going to pay more interest for the rest of my life.
Right, and there was plenty of content going around exposing why that made zero sense.
And then there was an institutional comment where everyone on the line was saying, hey, institutional buyers, now they're the problem. So what does he say? He says, okay, I'm going to ban institutional buyers from being able to buy real estate because people live there, not corporations.
And then a quick Google search proved that out to be that they only made up of 2 to 3% of the entire market.
But I will say there is still a pretty healthy divide there. Now, let's be clear. It's unclear whether or not that's even legal to be done vis-a-vis executive order. There's an argument that he's going to present a lot of this to Davos when he goes there to present at the World Economic Forum coming up, I think, next week. And in doing so, an executive order might be part of that conversation.
But there were a lot of corporations. There's definitely some PE firms that took a hit.
Yeah, we're going to get into some of those too. Home builders as well. But the largest PE firm that owns residential real estate, and I'm saying residential real estate because I'm including multifamily apartment complexes, is Blackstone. Blackstone's been a net seller for the last 10 years.
Okay.
They have sold more properties than they've bought into the market. So they're not the issue for the supply.
Okay, there you go.
You could argue that, maybe they've hindered prices, but here's what I'll say is, yeah, he was right in the statement that corporations don't live in the properties, but they rent them. They're not sitting vacant.
Right.
So you've got more rental stock, right? The home builders, a lot of them will actually rent their stock out and not just release it entirely to the market. Well, if they don't rent their stock out because they can no longer own homes, then they're not going to build as many homes.
There you go.
Having less rentals on the property means rent goes up. Having less supply in the market means housing prices go up.
Right.
This ain't a solution, kids.
Yeah, the builders really learned their lesson, back from 2008.
Great financial crisis.
Right?
Yeah.
They learned their lesson. Like, okay, no, what we're going to do now, because, there's really There's 3 big key players, right?
Lennar, Toll Brothers, and D.R. Horton.
And D.R. Horton, right?
Yeah.
So they're the big players that actually can move enough units to where it can make a shift and make a dent, right? So they're going to be like, all right, we're going to control all of us, and they're all keeping tabs on each other, and they're going to control how much product goes into the market, right? Yeah. And we'll create our own little mini market.
That's right.
Right? Because they took some pretty big hits back in 2008, some crazy price cuts, just because they had to. Why? Because they need to, get some of their capital back.
Yeah. Well, again, they manage their capital a lot better. They're not over leveraged before. Before it was simple. Like you leverage. The more leverage you have, the more you can build, the more money you're going to make. And then you just pay back the leverage over time. But when that merry-go-round stopped, they were left with all the leverage and the inability to pay back those lines, and it wound up hurting them a whole lot. So they just don't have lines and quite the leverage they once did before.
Yeah.
So it's a very different aspect. Let's get into the rest of the Jerome Powell stuff. I have a whole housing segment later on because some of the housing information came out today. And then I want to break down a very misleading headline that came out today about mortgage refinances. So there was a 40% boom in mortgage refinances in December.
Okay.
And after Trump started making the comments, and I got to tell you, that statement, if you didn't catch it, was very deceiving, and I'm going to explain why.
Okay.
But go ahead and let's finish off with the Jerome Powell. Go to the next article here. So we know the Supreme Court's going to rule on Lisa Cook. Lisa Cook is not as impactful for Lisa Cook because, look, you have a Myra in there. Adding Lisa Cook to it's one thing, but if you can add somebody to replace Lisa Cook, who's also aggressive like Myron.
Because she could self-select, right? If she could self-select to not want to deal with this anymore, what really this is I'm sending a signal out. What I'm showing you is this. Okay, let's just say Jerome Powell's out in a couple months anyways, okay? What this is what
only as the Fed secretary.
Right, only as the Fed secretary. What this is really doing in my mind is, hey, I know I'm going to hand select this next person, but don't think you're above this. I will come for you if you don't play ball.
Yeah.
I will drag you through this, and you have a full term to deal with me. So whoever decides to take that nod and take that seat, best believe there's been a handshake deal, bro. Come on.
Well, I mean, if you're going to work with me, you're going to work with me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it. The independence of the Fed is an interesting thing. We should probably do an episode in the future about how the Fed came to be in the first place. It's actually a really interesting story.
Yeah. And the timing of it all.
Yeah, the timing of it all was very interesting. It goes all the way back to Titanic.
Ooh.
And let's just say, as much as we've taken these things to be, I guess, the rule of law, it wasn't always that way. And there's some strong opposition to the Fed being the Fed.
Yeah.
Um,
You think you're raised and you're taught to think that these agencies and departments are all put in place to help protect us. Really? No, man. It's really to protect the system.
I'll give you a great example.
It's to make sure.
Food pyramid.
Great one.
Yeah, full stop.
Great.
Eat all those carbs, Said.
Yeah,
Eat all those
right.
carbs. Yeah. Food pyramid was completely manipulated to support the grain industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. And it's all modified, right? Like, and there's an argument to be made that even your HR department at whatever corporation that you work for,
They don't protect you.
they're not. It's presented to you like, we're here for you, right? No, they're there to protect the company.
Yeah. Let me tell you right now, right out the gate, okay? Like this or not, all right? If you feel the need to go to HR and vet out an issue, okay, it ain't going your way long term. Okay? I'm
Right.
going to be honest with you.
But they serve a great purpose for the company to grow and scale. Like you need that, right? You need somebody looking out for the company, right?
Yeah, but they're a fiduciary for the company. Same thing with the board of directors, right?
Mm-hmm.
The board of directors' job is to look out for the shareholder. You are an employee.
Right.
You think going to them, they're going to be like, oh, tell me more, Billy.
Right.
They don't care about you. They care about Tommy, the shareholder. He owns shares. You just
Right.
work here, dog.
Right. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're there to extract value.
Mm-hmm.
Extract.
Yeah.
Hands-on extract.
So I literally had this conversation with my son Adam last night.
About shareholders and companies?
No,
That's a little weird
just
for a
value,
9-year-old.
extracting value,
Yeah.
right? I'm trying to like have him look at big picture. He asked me how much Bronny James is getting paid.
Oh, it's millions, right?
Yeah, millions, right? He's like, that was a terrible decision, right? I was like, really? You think it was a terrible decision? He's like, yeah. I'm like, why? He's like he can't even. He's like, because he sees it very linear. It's like he can't even score in the game, Dad. Right? What does it show here? Okay, 4 year, $7.9 million rookie contract with the Lakers signed in 2024. What I had to tell him is this: why don't you Google up how much the Lakers have made in Bronny James jersey sales? They extracted the value. They knew what they were doing. I think he's made over $50 million in jersey sales.
So, just to make sure that we're on the same page here, I want to distill this down a little bit. Your 9-year-old is a 9. He's 9, right?
Bro, look at that.
No, I get
exceeding 500,000 units, generating $50 million in revenue.
I understand.
Worth it.
So your son is 9, right?
9, yeah.
So your son, a 9-year-old, God
Can
bless
recognize.
him, can recognize the disproportionate treatment that I have been arguing with you about for a great period of time.
No, he wasn't talking about treatment.
So much so that you had to reference tertiary irrelevant data, which
Irrelevant data? Hold on. He made the company money. Millions of dollars.
Okay.
50 million.
Yeah, 50. You heard him. Say it again. Say it with your chest next time.
50 million.
There you go. 50 million.
Congratulations, Virgil. That's how you're actually talking to a mic. All right, look, I'll give you the pass on that, but I would say the Lakers were not that astute on the jersey situation. That's just an anecdotal benefit they incurred by chance.
There's no way.
You think anybody was like, oh my God, we got to get him because his jersey sales are going to be $50 million.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, he had a pretty large influence.
He's a Gen Alpha,
huge
man.
following, yeah.
He's a Gen Alpha.
Yeah.
He's up next. No,
And up next, yeah.
absolutely
But he's
not.
killing in the G League. Anyways,
I got to be honest.
I digress.
Yeah, you do digress.
Hold on. We're onto something here.
Oh, so we're on to it? What are we doing?
The most sold rookie NBA jersey was from Bronny James.
Again, like, what do you want me to say? Like,
Well,
that
I want you to
wasn't-
say, thank you, Saeed, for enlightening me. That's what I want you to say. You're welcome.
Nobody knew that was going to happen when he got in the league.
It happened, though.
Doesn't mean that his salary is justified.
You know what it means? It means that he was a good investment. That's what it means. You can't deny it. Was it a good investment or not? It was a good investment. But I digress.
Yes, you do. I support your 9-year-old's logic.
Yeah. He can
Smart
see it.
kid. He can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. So you're telling me if my jersey sells a whole lot, I can make the NBA too?
Yeah.
That's the morals you're teaching you?
Yeah. No.
It's not about your talent level, son.
It's not about your
It's about
talent
your
level.
marketability.
Well, it's also about who your dad is. I mean, yeah.
Oh, he's got that going.
Yeah. Nepotism is a real thing in the real world.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the real problem there. Let's go to the next article, Virgil. The next article is about the FOMC, and now is where the color commentary really gets into effect. We have an article here. I think it's on Jamie Dimon, the Fox one. Is that what's next?
There it is.
Oh,
yes, sir.
Jamie Dimon warns Federal Reserve subpoena, not a good idea. This kicked off a little bit of what I like to call a cheeky conversation between some titans. JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon said Tuesday that Justice Department grand jury subpoenas issued to the Federal Reserve risk undermining the central bank's independence and could ultimately push inflation expectations even higher. Ironically, not in this article, but still worth noting, JP Morgan Chase revised their estimates for Fed rate cuts this year to have no Fed rate cuts this year in 2026 and have one Fed rate increase in 2027, which I thought was weird.
They revised it.
Yeah.
Wow. Meanwhile, I think we have a meeting next week, right?
We do. So we're going to cover that live on the show because that's what we do here, kids.
Yeah. We got the lives.
And thank you for all three of you who've tuned in and watched those.
Yeah.
This is a direct quote from the article. While I don't agree with everything that the Fed has done, I do have an enormous respect for Jay Powell. Didn't call him Jerome, by the way, because they homies like that. The man, Dimon said during a call with reporters after the company announced its fourth quarter earnings report, according to Yahoo Finance. He went on, everyone we know believes in Fed independence. Anything that chips away at that is probably not a good idea. In my view, it will have the reverse consequences. It will probably raise inflation expectations. Dimon's remarks followed a video statement Sunday from Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, who said that the Justice Department served the central bank with grand jury subpoenas. And I got to be honest.
That was rough.
He came out on Sunday. I was driving back from Disneyland. You know, we were playing Pokemon Go all day long. For Jill, got to catch them all.
Always.
Always.
Got to catch them all.
Gang. And my wife and I were driving back, and then I get a text message from some homies at the Federal Reserve, you know?
Dang.
And they're like, yo, you got to see this. And I'm like, is this AI? First thing I thought.
Of course.
This is AI.
Yeah.
And then I realized it was posted on the official channels. I'm like, oh my God, this is real.
You know what that looked like to me, man? It looked like he said, I don't care what my attorneys or any attorneys say for me on how I should handle this.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this my way.
2 minutes, succinct. He did like a lot of he looks like he's like, let me tell you what happened. I mean, it was stoic.
Yeah. And he doesn't, honestly, if you've seen any of the post-game press conferences, it's not like he's not acting. Like that looked real.
Yeah. Did we play this on the show last week?
No, we did not.
You played it on the live.
Oh, you played it live. Yeah, if you go to X and go to the Federal Reserve's account, you can find it. It's a 2-minute video, Regil, and let's pull it up and put it here. Just make sure to move the level up on the orange bar whenever we play it, so the audio comes through.
Okay.
Thank God he's back there because your boy can't see orange.
Yeah, I do. So ironically, while he's doing that, I was working on these charts, right? The risk index, and everything else.
You thought of me, you're like, poor
I did. I was like, damn, bro.
He can't appreciate this.
Like he doesn't see this. like that.
I'm doing all this work and he can't even appreciate what I'm doing.
You're why I put the numbers in.
Yeah.
Because if it were just the colors, the gradient color spectrum, at first it was just the spectrum.
Right.
It was literally red, orange, yellow, green. Right.
Well, dude, it's like 8 to 10% of the male population.
And then I'm like, damn, Syed can't see this.
Yeah.
All right, back it up a little bit. Give me the audio from the very beginning.
Well, you heard what he said. He said, back it up.
Yeah,
Good evening. On Friday, the Department of Justice served the Federal Reserve with grand jury subpoenas, threatening a criminal indictment related to my testimony before the Senate Banking Committee last June. That testimony concerned in part a multi-year project to renovate historic Federal Reserve office buildings. I have deep respect for the rule of law and for accountability in our democracy. No one, certainly not the chair of the Federal Reserve, is above the law. But this unprecedented action should be seen in the broader context of the administration's threats and ongoing pressure. This new threat is not about my testimony last June or about the renovation of the Federal Reserve buildings. It is not about Congress's oversight role. The Fed, through testimony and other public disclosures, made every effort to keep Congress informed about the renovation project. Those are pretexts. The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public, rather than following the preferences of the president. This is about whether the Fed will be able to continue to set interest rates based on evidence and economic conditions, or whether instead monetary policy will be directed by political pressure or intimidation. I have served at the Federal Reserve under 4 administrations, Republicans and Democrats alike. In every case, I have carried out my duties without political fear or favor, focused solely on our mandate of price stability and maximum employment. Public service sometimes requires standing firm in the face of threats. I will continue to do the job the Senate confirmed me to do, with integrity and a commitment to serving the American people. Thank you.
Wow. The last time I saw a speech like that is when Eazy-E left NWA. Just, I mean, look at me. I'm the Fed chair until May 2026.
Honestly, that made him like 10 times more likable.
It did. He seemed uncomfortable. The swallowing was very audible. I mean, he was choking that back a little bit. Also shout out to Fridays for the ad at the top of the Fox News here. Don't click on it if you're watching the ads and clicking the ads. You got to go to Join Fridays and click use the higher.
Yeah, higher is the promo code to use. Exactly.
But Jerome Powell, he's feeling some type of way. And of course, I would be remiss to say that the president didn't respond to all these things.
Look, it's extremely, extremely rare for a Fed chair to be investigated for, some type of criminal investigation. It
is not extremely rare for the president and the Fed chair to have contention. However.
Contention, right? No, obviously
that has happened many times in the past.
They're going to be at odds, and they know it directly impacts, especially if they're in their first term, whether they're going to get reelected or not, right?
Yeah.
And look, it really affects the budget, and the our total deficit, but it's extremely rare for a sitting Fed chair to be have a criminal investigation go against them. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, and I think that's probably a rough set of circumstances. But keep in mind, the president also had one while he was in the president's seat. So again, not advocating one way or the other. This from Bloomberg Law: President Donald Trump dismissed Jamie Dimon's criticism over the Justice Department's probe into the Federal Reserve, saying that J.P. Morgan Chase & Co. chief executive officer was, quote, wrong to suggest that he was undermining the independence of the central bank. Another quote, I think it's fine what I'm doing, Trump said, and we have a bad Fed person. Not mincing words there. He goes on. There's more. Oh, wait. Earlier Tuesday, Dimon expressed concern about the investigation of the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, over the cost of the central bank's headquarters renovation and his subsequent congressional testimony about the project. Again, quoting again.
Yeah.
Everyone we know believes in Fed independence, Dimon said, and anything that chips away at that is probably not a great idea. And in my view, we will have the reverse consequences, as I noted earlier. It'll raise inflation expectations and probably increase rates over time. Asked about the remarks, Trump said, I think he's wrong. Trump said earlier Tuesday that he would press ahead with plans to announce Powell's replacement within the next few weeks, despite the backlash to the probe, which has drawn criticism from Republican lawmakers, including a threat by Senator Thom Tillis, a retiring North Carolina Republican and swing vote on the Senate Banking Committee. Tillis has said that he would block new nominations to the Fed until the matter is resolved. Interesting. So now you're not going to be able to nominate anybody new to the Fed until all of this gets worked out, which delays things even further. Now, this you would think would cause volatility, but not according to the synthetic volatility index and not according to the market. Seems like most people are listening to this going like, this is just rhetoric. Until something actually meaningfully happens, it doesn't matter for my paycheck. And then, of course, your boy Trump wasn't done. He went on to say, Trump also defended his proposal to cap credit card interest rates at 10% for a year, which will likely require congressional legislation. Banks have warned the move could restrict access to credit and undermine popular rewards programs, basically suggesting the fact that if they have to take additional credit losses or make less money, they're going to give less perks. And of course,
point system just going to go to crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to get like 1/2 of 1 mile for every $1,000 you spend.
Yeah.
I think that people that are paying 28% interest should be protected, Trump said. We're talking about for a 1-year period. Trump added that he did not think it was right for Jamie Dimon or anybody else to charge customers high interest rates on credit cards.
I got some thoughts on this too. All right.
Do tell.
Calling for an interest rate cap is like me calling for world peace. I'm calling for it. Come on, guys.
I feel peaceful.
Yeah. Getting it across the finish line is going to be a little bit more difficult. Getting over, 60 some odd votes to get that thing passed.
Yeah.
Probably not going to happen. From all of the articles that I've read and the things that I've seen online, this has been the number one most lobbied thing against by banks since Dodd-Frank.
Yep.
This is going to cut right into the corporate profits They're never going to let this happen.
Nope.
So, I mean, in an ideal world, yeah. Do I agree with it? 100%. I think, charging people 20 some odd % on their credit card interest because I think it's predatory, right? We've talked about this before. Like, there's not a lot of due diligence or any underwriting going on. It literally states your income. It's stated income, right? To get started off with the credit card. And
They
yes.
check your credit, yeah.
Yeah. They check your credit. But like a lot of people don't know how to manage their debts like that. And it's just another way for people to get trapped.
But you want to know the crazy part? Of all the things that have been said, of all the things that happened, this is the one that moved credit card companies. Capital One, Visa, MasterCard, and American Express all got kicked in the ding-ding on the day, down several percentage points.
They should.
Because everyone is worried that those... Now, you're not talking about banks. You're talking about the credit card companies solely. Banks were largely okay.
I mean, there's just too much money that the banks are making to ever let this go. I mean...
Multiple streams of income, baby.
Right. I mean,
Credit's only one part of that.
We're talking billions, man.
Yeah.
Billions of dollars a year, right? And they're going to make sure that they do whatever lobbying because, like, they're handcuffed and they're held hostage to their shareholders, too.
But again, this is one of those narratives. I'm thinking that this is just a way to appeal to the masses ahead of midterm elections.
Yes.
So let's throw it out and see if the populist vote rallies behind the concept. Let's watch the socials and see how emotionally charged this argument gets. And if it gets the arguments get sizable enough.
Yeah.
Then we know that we can run further down the path with this and win voters.
Win voters and never actually get anything done and get it across the finish line.
That's what this is about.
But that is what this is about. But also, and watch what this is gonna. And you might. Hopefully, we're still around by then, and you can come back and be like, "Oh, Saeed and Chris, you guys were right, and Rajil, you were right."
Hopefully,
right. Years down the road, after this administration is over with, and the next administration comes, and eventually, if it's ever a Dem in the seat. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to cite the same stuff and hope to bring over people from the other party and be like, look, your old guy was even running on this. We're running on it too. This is something you can get behind.
You think anyone's going to call him Orangey Trump?
We need somebody to come out with a fire nickname for him.
I mean,
nothing sticks.
Anybody who runs next is going to win. If they're going to be the opposite side, they're going to have to play the game his way from a media perspective.
Yeah.
Let's get into existing home sales and the end of 2025. They end 2025 with a strong beat as prices ease further. This data came out today. We're recording this on Wednesday, the 14th of January, 2026. I really struggle with 2026 still.
2026 scary for me, man.
Yeah.
Approaching 40.
Shut up. Sales of previously owned homes in December rose to a seasonally adjusted annualized rate of 4.35 million units, a 5.1% increase from November, according to the National Association of Realtors. That was higher than analyst expectations for a gain of 2%. Sales were 1.4% higher than a year earlier. For the full year, there were 4.06 million existing home sales, unchanged from 2024. I can go on here, but effectively, here's the distilled version of this. 2025 was another tough year for home buyers, marked by record high home prices, historically low home sales, said Lawrence Yun, chief economist for the National Association of Realtors. In a release, however, in the fourth quarter, conditions began improving with lower mortgage rates and slower home price growth. Listen to that statement from them. Lawrence Yun, you son of a bitch, okay?
Hey, not a fan of the program.
I'm not a fan of him either.
Yeah.
His solution is always keep home prices up, lower rates. Okay? Listen to his statement again. However, in the fourth quarter, this is a quote, conditions began improving with lower mortgage rates and slower home price growth. Hey, Yoon.
Yeah.
Okay? Lawrence. How about home price declines? Matter of fact, Jill, do me a favor. Let's go to the next chart there. This from the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. This is $410,800 median home price as of I think it's Q2 2025, not Q3, but is it Q3? Hold on a second.
It says Q2.
It's Q2, yeah, Q2 2025. Okay, I don't want to be the guy.
Yeah.
That price is going down.
Yeah. As it should, though. Yeah, as it should.
It's coming off a high from 2020, coming back down. Now it's coming back down very slow.
Yeah.
But the average home price is starting to decline. You are seeing this in submarkets across the country. And the average figure, this 410,800, is starting to come down. Lawrence is trying to spin it to his base by saying slower home growth because he can point to certain regions. But the average price ain't that, Chief. And this is where misinformation gets put in the markets. People get confused.
Okay. Let's get into it.
This is not an increasing home value. This is a flat, if not declining market.
Mm-hmm.
So him to suggest, oh, it's slow, but this happened because rates went down, America. No, it didn't, dude.
Yeah.
Again, we've covered this in previous shows, and this pisses me off to no end. 40% of homes in this country are owned in cash.
Yeah, free and clear.
60% of homes in this country that have a mortgage on them, the overwhelming majority of them have a mortgage rate below 5%. If mortgage rates drop...
I think like over like 60%, yeah.
Yeah, and... mortgage rates drop from in the low 6% to the high mid 5%. There's still no motivation for people to refinance, you ass.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. You're right. And here's the thing, right? I know there was that rhetoric going around last week, and you're the perfect person to talk about how the administration said they're going to force Freddie and Fannie's hand to, buy $200 billion more in mortgage-backed securities, right? Okay. They said that, right? They were already planning to do that, okay? But apparently that narrative and that headline really pushed the market and it actually drove interest rates down a little bit, okay? It did. What I think everyone needs to understand is if rates were to come down, let's just say another 25 basis points. So if the current rate is 6% and it comes down to, 5.75%. That really only increases your buying power by 3%.
Okay, so let's...
It doesn't help. It does not help a whole lot.
3% of the home you could buy, 3% more home you could buy.
Yeah, 3% more home. And then if it comes down 50...
So for the average home buyer, that's $12,000 more home. Let's just be clear. That's $12,000 more home that most Americans can buy as a result of this change.
And there's an argument to be made that can actually be more damaging and actually, there could be more bidding again and ultimately making prices go up.
Yeah.
Right? So it could actually work in the reverse.
No, it will work in the reverse. And let me just clear up. God, I get so fucking angry. I'm trying my heart to the cusp, but this kind of stuff pisses me off to no end because it's taking advantage of Americans, okay? It's a complete lie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Freddie and Fannie were already ramping up buying mortgage backs. Their limit's like $225 billion, right?
Okay.
They were already on that path anyway. Once they hit their limit, they can't buy more without congressional approval. Right?
Okay,
Or some other approval process. That was already happening. The max impact, assuming they were to buy all the way up to their cap, is somewhere between 25 to 35 basis points on effective rates downward. Right? That's the most benefits you're going to get. To your point, $12,000 for most Americans. It might sound like a good headline, but that's like me calling Bronny saying, hey, Bronny.
Back to Bronny.
Yeah. Hey, Bronny.
Poor Bronny.
I'm going to help you sell more jerseys. So he's going to be like, what?
I don't need you, bro. I got this.
I'm doing this already.
This is actually what I do.
This is what the president said that he did with Fannie and Freddie. Hey, dog, I'm going to help you buy more securities in a second. You know what? Go do this. Go do this. You need to do this.
Right.
And they're like, we are.
Hey, everybody. THS, we're gonna be hosting a live on Monday. I'm gonna make sure that we host a live on Monday.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
You're already doing it.
Yes, Saeed. I will do it. But here's the problem. Okay, so and again, 25 to 35 basis points improvement on rate. Think that through. Okay.
Yeah.
You've now done the work of the next Fed cut for the Fed.
There you go.
The Fed knows it. You made press releases about it. You put out statements about it. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? They're probably not going to cut rates now because they're going to, be data dependent.
I'm glad you pulled that. I'm glad you brought that up because right before the show, I looked it up. The Fed Watch through Chicago Mercantile Exchange has currently right now 95% chance that there will not be a rate cut next week.
Yeah, that's right.
And by the time people hear this episode, it'll be this week.
And I can't wait to see Jerome Powell walk out during the press conference smoking a blunt.
Bro, if he doesn't come, he needs to come out with some shades.
Yeah, he's coming out hard. He's going to be like, look.
Let me tell y'all something.
I want him to come out full Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy, why'd you? You know, why does he do? Why does
the bangs?
You know why he does that, right?
Huh?
You know why he does that?
Because he hates it? I don't know.
No, you know. Okay, so he does that only on media day. So media day is before the season starts.
Yeah.
And he does that, right? Because he knows those photos get syndicated out for the rest of the year on all the nationally televised games. So it's like for the rest of the year, it's him poking fun at it all. Right?
He just pulled it up. 2022 dreadlocks. 2023 like Fallout Boy bangs.
Yeah, exactly.
2024 looks kind of normal.
I mean, yeah, stud. All of them studs.
Yeah. He looks like the photo quality is just much better in 2024. They have like a camera upgrade or something?
Yeah, that's true.
That's
true.
Oh shit, he looked real today. Take a photo of him.
That's true. But I still can't get over that they use Wilson now, not Spalding.
Yeah, that is strange.
It hurts,
I like Wilson balls better, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I've got a preference for my balls. I like the stickier, squishier balls as opposed to the harder, more natural leather balls.
Yeah, authentic. Yeah,
Yeah.
leather. Yeah, you don't like that?
I grew up being able to grip and palm the balls well. So the old school harder balls were always a little bit harder to break in, if you will.
Break in.
So I like
Break
to
in.
see
I see.
constant movement with the balls. So
A lot of experience here.
Yeah, very sticky. Every once in a while, I'll spit on my hands and clean them off, and then grab the balls because it's stickier.
You spit on it, so I always would wipe the sweat off my chest and then touch the ball.
Yeah, I don't have the chest hair that you do to like work as
I
like
walked myself
sandpaper.
into that one.
It's
Damn.
not gritty.
Sandpaper is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's not that gritty. I had to, whatever.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah. So no, he would do that just to poke fun, and they got to use those photos for the rest of the year.
Hashtag science.
Yeah.
So you're not getting a rate cut, kids. Let's go on to CNBC via Instagram. Mortgage refinancing surges. This is the article that I referenced earlier.
Dude, no rate cut for the rest of the year though. That kind of hurts to think
JP
about.
Morgan Chase.
That hurt to think about. I was like, man, I was kind of banking on at least one.
I know this happened. You know this happened?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll be Jamie Dimon. Ready?
Okay.
Hey, y'all hear that Trump response to me?
What'd he say?
He said that I should mind my own business a little bit.
You gonna let him talk to you like that?
No, hold on a second. Hey, David Kelly, do me a favor real quick, okay? Cut the rate outlook, and you know what? Increase it in 27. Okay?
Are you really gonna do that?
Yeah, I already called Jerome. It's done.
I got him in my back pocket.
Can you imagine if Jerome Powell does a press conference with Jamie Dimon standing behind him?
That would be legendary.
He's just the Kanye in the back.
Yeah. Jamie, yeah, what he said.
Just sipping some cognac.
Just his hype man.
Yeah. Anyway, so mortgage demand spiked markedly high. I hate that word, markedly high.
Yeah.
Markedly in general. Last week, as consumers returned from the holidays to find overall lower interest rates and a sharp rate drop Friday on the news from the White House. No.
Yeah.
Mortgage refinance demand ramped up because we ended the holiday period where nobody refinances anything.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, it wasn't because rates dropped, you morons.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the holiday ended and people wanted to get in the transactions, and you've had the first. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, and there are definitely a lot of people that had rates in the sevens with a 7 handle and maybe even high 6s.
Okay, but the only people who are going to refinance in that space are people who got properties in the last couple of years.
Right, and they could really use the bump. But here's the other thing, right? If it spiked and you got
joking over there?
No, and you got to think you're only going to refinance if you really feel like rates bottomed out.
Yeah, well, I mean, not really.
No, because you're not going to refinance again. It's not going to make sense for you, right? I mean, if you factor in all the costs associated.
Well, again, so I'm going to read the direct quote here because it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
President Donald Trump posted on social media late Thursday that in an effort to lower mortgage rates, he would order the mortgage giants Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to buy $200 billion in mortgage-backed bonds. Just on that news, the average rate of the 30-year sunk. That's the word. Sunk briefly below 6% on Friday morning before bouncing slightly higher again. So I'm sorry. It sunk briefly below 6%.
Yeah.
A full percentage point higher than the average American rate right now.
There you go. Right.
And you saw a 40% spike in mortgage rates last week from the previous week, which was the week of Christmas and New Year's.
Oh, yeah, right. Exactly.
I mean, just
help me understand. Yeah.
So maybe if we saw who's reporting it, it might help out.
Who?
Oh, I'm sorry. It came from the Mortgage News Daily. Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah. 40% spike from the previous week of a holiday.
This just in.
Yeah.
The Higher Standard is the best podcast in the world, according to the Higher Standard.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, listen, top 1% globally. Don't Don't poke fun. That's a real thing.
Well, let's look at John Brooks via X. Lennar is now selling homes for less than 2018 prices.
Oh,
That's convenient. Lennar is now selling homes below these prices, net of incentives. Imagine being the person who bought in 2022. If you're that person, what do you do?
that's a good question. What would you do?
Here you go. Now, I should be clear, okay? There has been a lot of inflation from 2019, whatever, till now. But certainly, you're 27% below the peak of home prices net. So what home builders will do is they will post that we sold a home for $500,000. But they won't disclose publicly that they gave them incentives for, and I'm just using this as an example, for $100,000, making their net sale price really $400,000.
There you go. Right. What
In
are
order to
some
get
of the
that-
incentives that they give?
Oh, you could get a rate buy down on your mortgage. You could get higher upgrades on the space. I mean, there's tons of things they can do to throw money at you.
Right.
To incentivize you to buy.
Yeah.
That's why it's such an ambiguous term, is that it can be done in many different ways. And you're usually seeing a combination of both ways now.
Right. Maybe they'll pay towards your closing costs.
That's right. They'll do all those things. Money all up in all the holes.
Yeah.
So in this case, right, in order to get that information, you have to go to their publicly filed SEC statements. Lennar, D.R. Horton, Toll Brothers. You go to their statements. In this case, it's Lennar,
Okay.
right? And Lennar has been selling a huge amount of properties at a discount relative to where they're telling you they're selling them. So the numbers that we're seeing posted are not true and accurate descriptions. That 410,000 as of Q2 because our government's so behind on data, and that's why housing is a lagging indicator, which is complete bullshit.
Right.
Whatever. Here you are. And this is included in that top line number, but if you net it out, you're seeing a massive discount. The biggest discount we've seen since 2018.
I believe it.
Okay, so
I'm actually seeing people. I can't remember. I wish I had the name of the guy to give him a shout out, but he goes around, I think, different markets within Tennessee, and he's just saying, like, look, this person is underwater on their home. They just bought their home.
can you imagine that guy shows up in front of your house?
Yeah, he's just showing,
Get out of here!
He's literally walking around like neighborhoods, just being pulling up the data, so it shows you on the screen. This person bought the house for this price at this time, and they're now listed it, and they've had price cuts of over like $100,000. And you're like, geez, man,
Yeah.
scary.
It's hard when you're rubbing in people's realized losses in their face. When it's unrealized and you're using Zillow as a proxy.
He's like,
it's different.
this is what's happening over there. So, but he was using it as a way to attract buyers in Tennessee. Like, look, you can come get a steal over here.
That's the problem with the internet, man. In order to be on the internet, man, you got to say sensational stuff. And unfortunately, whether you like it or not, there's only two types of sensational that work. It's the dodo.
What's the dodo?
Regil, can you believe this?
What's the,
Yeah, you pull your mic up. You need to talk about this.
tell me, what's the dodo, Regil? Is he pulling it up?
Do you not know what the dodo is? Seriously?
I seriously don't know what the dodo is.
Please explain for us.
Oh, he doesn't know
come
either.
on!
My guy.
All right, go to Instagram, pull up the dodo. The dodo is the
You
most
knew I didn't know.
wholesome. No, I didn't know. I thought you were, we're not crazy. The dodo is the most wholesome Instagram account you will ever see. It's the post that you've always cats,
No.
kittens, like
The dodo.
animal stories.
Okay.
It's the most adorable Instagram page you can go to.
I gotta follow this for my kids. Okay.
This is what you want on your feed. The dodo is always a wholesome story.
Okay.
And see, I know that you are an OnlyFans person.
Who?
I'm a dodo person.
What's an OnlyFans person?
Yeah, I know. I get it.
I don't know.
I know. Stop winking at me, bro. It's awkward.
My eyes are wide
Is your
open.
wife listening to the show now? Is that what's going on? We talked about this.
The dodo. Okay.
How do you spell it?
You don't even know how to spell it, my guy.
Well,
It's not even that
I just
popular.
typed in DODO, and
That's
I don't
doo-doo.
think it's appropriate
That's the
to put this
doo-doo.
on the screen, man.
Don't worry about it. We'll do. I'll show you some other time. But,
Yeah.
yeah. The dodo
Okay,
is
the dodo. So there's a dodo approach.
the wholesome, super even
Yeah.
though it's like and the problem is the AI is now creeping to the space because they can make animals do whatever the hell they want with the
I ain't gonna lie.
right.
Yeah.
The other part is it stigmatized? It triggers something in you. It's trigger speech,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And unfortunately, anger, rage, right?
Yeah. Why do
We
we
naturally
as
respond to
humans
that more.
like watching
Because
people
we're
get angry?
voyeuristic. We love the rage. We love the drama. We're
Like-
voyeuristic. We love seeing that.
Yeah.
You don't want to spy on people that are doing normal stuff.
Yeah.
You don't want to spy on people that are doing like the appropriate thing. You want to spy on people that are doing something naughty.
Yeah, or maybe like like watching somebody, like people like Like if
We got him, Jill. I told you he was a sicko.
No, they film people like on the like that's how like the Karens got so popular, right? The filming Karens, it's like you're watching someone literally lose it.
You are like the First Amendment auditors. You've seen this, right?
What?
They stand out in public places recording people
Yeah,
because they've
yeah,
got a First Amendment right to be there.
yeah. There's like, and they just like poking it. I'm like, I could do it. I'm allowed to.
They're doing it solely because they know that someone will come along and give them content.
Yeah,
That's what that's for.
right.
It's called a rage bait, right?
Yeah,
It's rage bait.
Yeah, it's like why, man, why? Like so at the house we are like trying to be really, really aware of like scrolling and getting off that completely, especially at nighttime.
Doom scroll, yeah.
The doom scroll at night. So literally, we're like now like phones away. I have a whole like sleep time routine now, where the phone just basically goes into sleep, do not disturb mode. And so I just want to be off it because dude, I catch myself like blowing 20, 30 minutes.
Yep.
What's going on? What's the look for?
I want to hear more about your routine.
My routine.
Of blowing 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, just
You're wild. That's a wild boy.
walk me through this prep and routine.
No. What I mean is,
No. Give it to me.
No.
Slowly.
The routine, making the tea and having a conversation with the wife.
You still doing that?
Everything. I'm still doing that. Yeah.
Every night?
Yeah, no, when we can.
Okay, so you make tea, the wife, have a conversation, then you guys, okay, it's bedtime. She says yes, bedtime.
Go put the kids down. We're trying to be a little bit more.
You're not going to sleep with the kids. You have tea after the kids are down, right?
Huh? No, tea after the kids, decaf tea after the kids go down.
Okay.
Right?
And
then wind down, get ready for bed.
What does that entail?
What does that entail? Well, she gets ready first. So I always let her get ready first because she has a whole like skincare routine.
Women always take longer.
She does after it. And then while she does that,
you don't have a skincare routine?
I'm cleaning up the whole house. I have not as many as her, but like I got
a good skin
got a couple
routine, bro.
got a couple moisturizers, some vitamin C,
creams,
some
oils.
What's the
It's Diddy's baby oil.
No, not Diddy's baby oil. And what is it? And then after we get ready, we'll get into bed. We'll pray together.
What do you wear to bed?
Huh?
What do you wear to bed?
Do you want to know what I wear?
Oh, I want to know what you wear to bed.
Boxers and a tee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can't sleep in boxers.
Really?
Yeah. Too tight.
No, not briefs. Boxers. Yeah. So I have boxers just to go to sleep with. Not briefs.
I sleep in basketball shorts.
I wear briefs.
I wear basketball shorts to sleep.
Can't do that, bro.
Why?
Too thick.
Thick?
Yeah.
No, my basketball shorts always thin.
No.
Yeah.
But then I got to make sure that I don't wear our higher standard merch t-shirts to go to bed because they go too long and it looks like it's covered.
You're wearing both you and your wife wearing t-shirts to bed?
Yeah, it's like, wait, what's going on over here? But yeah, now it's to the point where it's like, okay, when we get to bed, it's just like, okay, put the phones away and just don't doom scroll.
So what do you do?
What do you mean?
What do you do?
What do you mean? What do I do?
If you put the phone away,
there's like,
you guys talk?
yeah, of course, more talking.
Wow.
We're gonna leave this PG show.
I'm just at. No, I'm not. Don't
friends
go there.
Friends of the program are listening to the show.
I've known your wife for way too long to go there. I don't want to go there. I'm just saying, but so you have the conversation, you talk.
Yeah, I have a conversation, and then we go to sleep. Yeah, simple. I'm actively trying to give sleep, more attention this year. Trying. It has been very tough as of late.
8 sleep, sensational.
Once I can afford one of those, possibly.
Red light therapy. We have a Juve panel. It's
you
awesome.
track your sleep score. How is your sleep score?
Not too good the last couple of weeks. I haven't been sleeping a whole lot.
Yeah.
I've been working 18 hours ish a day.
Yeah.
But normally it's been pretty good. It's been in the 80s and for a while. This is weird. I was during the height of the turmoil that was happening at my previous corporate life. I got into this routine where I woke up super early and I would get on the bike, get in the cold plunge, and start my day, right? But I also had a nighttime routine, which included red light therapy, kind of a wind down, no technology. And if I did have technology, it was only reading. It wasn't scrolling on websites. It was only reading stuff. And I had like high 90s, like almost 100%.
Really?
Yeah, even with all the anxiety.
Are all your lights on dimmers?
In the house?
Yeah.
So I was an early adopter in Hue light bulbs. Oh. And I even have the Hue vintage light bulbs, the Edison style ones.
Yeah, yeah.
everything in the house is on like a time like lighting system.
Oh, okay.
And then all the lights in the house are all like kind of like the orangish glow amber at night.
See, this is my bit, and so like anyone that knows about like sleep and you've gone down this path and you're tracking like what kind of light are you absorbing in, right?
I spend a lot of time with that. Yeah,
Like I hyper obsessive over this right now, and like I want to get into that, but it's like there's so much that I feel like needs to be corrected first, but that's a real thing. So like I'll try to take showers at night, like like dark, right, with light just coming in from like the bedroom. Right, because we have literally like a recessed lighting like right above you. I'm just trying to wind down and.
I only have we only have one small corner lamp in our bedroom, and that's by design. And we have plantation shutters on both the windows, so that it is intentionally very dark.
Yeah.
The bedroom is always dark. It's never like super well lit. I mean, you can open the plantation shutters and it's pretty bright during the day.
Yeah,
but there is no way to turn on like a lot of lights in the bedroom. Yeah, because if you were having to sleep with me every single night, you probably wouldn't want to see me. Yeah.
So why?
What? I'm just telling you what it is.
Jeez, what's your bedtime routine?
It changes a lot. Like when I'm working, like I'll put Joanna to bed and I'll do like I'll do some coding like what I've been doing recently. But normally Joanna will go shower and get ready to bed first, and then if I'm going to shower afterward, I'll do it after her. I don't shower every night before bed. So if I don't go to the gym,
I got to shower. That's crazy to me. Jill, do you shower before getting into bed every night?
Depends.
See, there you go.
That's
You're the
wild to
outlier
me.
here,
Dude. This is so like wild to me.
I think I have a theory.
Tell me. I want to know, why am I like this? Help me.
No, that I can't help you with. But
I have to. For me, it's like I have to take a shower right before getting into bed.
I think there is something healthy about not showering every time before you get into bed. I shower before bed probably 5 times a week.
Okay.
Right. But every once in a while, like I'll not, because your skin needs like extra moisture. It needs extra time.
Yeah.
So I don't like wash my hair every single time I take a shower. Like,
yeah, I've heard you're not supposed to, right?
Yeah, like I don't shampoo. I wash my hair with water, but I don't shampoo it every single time I take a shower.
Okay.
When you pay $26,000 for a hair transplant, you
I'll
gotta
take care of this bad boy.
you gotta save it. But then I'm usually in bed and I read almost every single night when I'm in bed.
Okay.
And I don't read books anymore. I went through a long period of my life where I read books, and now I read the news.
Mm-hmm.
I read the analytics, I read the data, and what people are getting on the live streams is really what I do. Is I'm going through articles, constantly looking at stuff, and that has become, I guess, kind of like the hobby to the hobby, if you will. Like the show is the purpose for it, but it's always been something that I did even before the show got to where it's at today.
Right.
I like being in the know, and the worst part about it is the more you know, the more uncomfortable you are.
Yeah, that's true. And it's true that we had this conversation. I mean, ignorance is bliss sometimes.
We got a lot more here, but I'm not going to go through it. I'm just going to give you the headlines real quick. I think it's important to talk about because there are some things that we should bring up on another show. Percentage of subprime auto loans that are 60 days or more overdue on their payments hit an all-time high of 6.65%. Auto loans.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean subprime, but granted, big problem. Prime loans are performing like they normally would.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing abnormal there. Capital One, Amex shares sink on Trump's credit card threat. We covered that already. But CNBC via Instagram, Saks, Fifth Avenue filing for bankruptcy. It is a Chapter 11, so it is technically a reorg.
What's going to happen? It doesn't affect you and one of your perks?
So funny you should mention it. That was what was all over the headlines of social media, is that the American Express point, because if you have a platinum card or a black card, you got a certain amount of perks, and they're different for the levels that you have, but you got a certain amount of credit every quarter for your spending. They just credit you back the difference.
Yeah.
So they got hit and flooded hard with Amex buyers that were worried about they were going to go out of business. I look at Nordstrom.
I can't tell you if I've ever even shopped at Saks.
Saks sucks.
Okay, but I'll tell you.
Super overpriced.
I'll tell you this, though. My father-in-law for Christmas, one of his clients sent him like apparently a vase. Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is some rich people stuff, bro. Who sends somebody a vase? This is kind of crazy, right? Here's your Christmas gift. So father-in-law's like, here, you can have it. You can go return it to like we don't need it. So go return it, and whatever you get from it, store credit, go ahead and have it. It's yours, splurge, right?
It's enough for a down payment on a mortgage.
Right? So it was $300. It was like $300, right?
Yeah, okay.
At Neiman, right? Neiman Marcus. And I can't tell you the last time I've been inside there. Okay? So we go down.
Weird. It's very sterile now. It's weird.
First of all, it was very empty.
Yeah.
Okay. And we go and return it. I have no idea what the price of this thing is going to be. And then, okay, it's $300. Here you go. And I told my wife, I'm like, okay, like I'll take the kids outside, and we were at Fashion Island, and you like just go find something that you like, right? 5 minutes goes by, 10 minutes.
You can't buy anything for $300 in there,
bro. It's they don't even sell Nikes.
Yeah, no.
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm looking at the
sell,
sneakers. I don't even know the name of the shoe. The shoe with like there's like a shooting star on it, right? It's like $600.
Oh, Golden Goose.
Yeah, like who's buying this?
My wife has those.
They're so expensive.
And the worst part about them is they're intentionally beaten up.
Yeah, I looked at them like, dude, this looks like it's time to get a new pair.
Yeah,
That's like buying jeans with tears on them.
No, it's worse.
No, yeah,
it's worse.
Strategically placed tears can be kind of sick, right? But this is beat up. Like,
no, my wife has those.
At what point did like a fresh pair of kicks like go out of style?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. The new wealthy is looking poor. Yeah, Golden Goose. There they are. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, these
bro.
are really popular for a little bit of time. Luckily, they're not as popular as they once were. But
yeah. So then she couldn't find anything, so she ultimately went like perfume route.
So that's unfortunately what you wind up. So with Saks, I give a $250 credit, my wife and I each every quarter. Right.
That's cool.
You either spend it or you lose it, but basically they just reimburse you for up to $250 no matter what you spend there.
Yeah.
And I went on like a week ago and I couldn't find a damn thing to buy. They used to carry Aloe and I could get like, some of their stuff there, which
that's
is
cool.
Cool fitness apparel. They don't even sell that anymore.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm looking through like all their prices of stuff and I'm like, man, even for some of the skincare products, like $350. I don't want to spend more than I'm trying to be really conscious around spending right now. So I don't want to spend more than I get credit for.
Right.
I can't find anything to buy. I was like,
I know.
Maybe I should buy a candle or something.
I mean, I know like obviously like we're all trying to be a little bit smarter with our spending habits, but I'm getting like I'm at a point now where I'm getting like sick pleasure out of like saying like no to things.
Me too.
Yeah, like I'm getting like I'm enjoying being like, nah, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's just like an age thing or if it's me understanding like what's going on in the market or
I have taken personal pride in not buying anything on Amazon recently.
Yeah, well, I've never got into that. I've literally never like bought something for myself on Amazon that wasn't like a need.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Okay. I mean,
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've never like. I'm not like on Amazon going, ooh, I should buy this because.
No, like I think the only thing that I routinely buy on Amazon is hair gel for Adam and I. Right. This is literally the only thing that I buy, and then I just recently, after like 3 years, I bought new shaving gel. That's it. But I'm also not upkeeping a house, right? Like Howard does all that stuff. It makes it easier to upkeep the home. But that's literally the only things that I'll buy for myself.
I haven't bought much anything lately. Even today, like I've been going to Whole Foods at lunch.
Yeah.
And grabbing like their pre-made. Can we just call out Lucille's for a little bit?
Can we? Lucille's need to catch a stray right now. I was very disappointed.
Why? Your bowl was fine.
No, but there's multiple things that went wrong tonight.
Yeah,
we're gonna sound so bad though. If you don't deliver this message properly, we're gonna sound like some pricks.
We walked in at 6 p.m. to a relatively empty restaurant.
Us three, all of us.
Regil, Said, and I. It was a team meeting.
Yeah.
And we requested one high chair for 3 of us. And we were all going to sit on each other's laps. Apparently that's offensive. But they asked us to wait for 10, 15 minutes, even though there was tons of tables available. So red flag number 1.
I don't understand that. I need somebody to explain that to me.
The waiter came to the table. Bro, he looked very disinterested. He's like, "Can I help you?" Yeah, cool. Yeah. I asked him specifically for biscuits.
Didn't bring us the biscuits.
We never got the biscuits.
Nope.
You asked twice.
I asked twice.
Bro,
yeah.
you go to Lucille's for the biscuits.
Yeah. No honey butter, nothing.
Honestly, you know what happened?
Huh.
He probably looked at me and was like, "Bro, that guy he's had one too many biscuits."
Dog, you look like you just had 3. You look puffy.
You look like you had some in the waiting room, sir. Yeah.
And then, we got terrible service the rest of the time. Nobody talked to us when it was time to check out. Oh, and then my bowl came, the chicken mashed potato bowl.
How much chicken was in there?
There was probably, and I'm overstating, 2 ounces of chicken. It looked like somebody had deep fried like a chicken foot, and left it in there. I mean, that was all it was there. I took one bite and then looked down. I'm like, wait a minute, where's the rest of the chicken? I kept digging around the bowl looking for more chicken. There was nothing else there. It was all carrots, which is fine. I guess I'm a vegetarian now. Shout out to the vegetarians out there. And then he turns around the tip thing on the computer and it's 18, 20, 22, 25%.
Starting at 18% is crazy.
Starting 18%.
Is absolutely wild. Meanwhile, by the way, I have to bring this up just because you said it right now. I recently went to one of those like Middle Eastern markets, right?
I love those markets.
Yeah, right. And I don't know if you've ever when's the last time you guys have been to one, but so they had this aisle, like an aisle where people just like you stand in to go to the checkout line, and right there is where like all the meats are too, and there's like chicken feet there, right?
Yeah.
I had never seen it.
Oh, really?
I had heard of it. I had never seen it before, right? And I understand it could be like viewed as a delicacy, right?
Oh, I'm from the South, bro. They did it in Midwest.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I'm sitting with my kids, and my daughter's asking me, "What's that?" And I really, genuinely had no idea. I just like lean in to look at the label.
Did they have the claws on them?
And and the claws on them, and I'm like, "What?" And I didn't even know how to explain it to them.
Yeah, I have family from Louisiana.
They're like, "How do you cook it? How do you make it?" I'm like, I don't even know where to begin.
Stew them. Cook them in stew for a long time.
You enjoy them?
They soften up. I'm not a fan.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've had like crawfish, frog legs. I mean, you name it. I've had like all like the real southern.
Look at you, boy.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Oklahoma. My family's from Louisiana, so
Yeah.
You ever talk to somebody from Louisiana, like a real from Louisiana?
No.
Oh my God, the French accent is it's English, but it's French like overlaid English. It's very different. It sounds like they're intentionally speaking like slang to you, but they just have a different language system that's based more on French / like English, and it's very different. And I've got family who sound like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's very trippy. But you can get used to it after a while. You think at first they're playing with you,
but
then like, who that out there, boy? And
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, I went to New Orleans, but I didn't get any of that.
Oh yeah, you go to some of the smaller towns. New Orleans is generally the same.
Yeah.
All right, let's call it, shall we, friendo?
Yeah, shall we?
Regil, how you feel about tonight's show?
It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got anything?
Yeah.
I don't. The teleprompter here is really blocking it for me.
I can't have you guys locking eye contact anymore. It's getting very awkward for me and the rest of the audience. You guys have.
I keep looking over. I'm trying to keep him engaged, but you're like, no, absolutely cannot pass go.
I asked you if the teleprompter was okay right there.
No, I was just kidding. I'm just saying I couldn't see him the whole show.
Really?
I tried to look at him.
I've been
There he
this
is.
whole time.
Look at that trend setting with the cortisone.
When he wasn't so skinny, you could see him the whole time.
There you go. Good job, dude. Next week you're gonna come down and say I'm down 60. Watch.
Yeah. We got to have an intervention at some point in time.
Yeah, bro. At some point, exactly.
The burrito chose you, Regil.
Yo,
I mean, the goal is 180. So,
How far away are you from that right now?
about 10 to now probably 12 pounds away since eating at Lucille's.
that's incredible, man. Who do you credit that all to?
Me, obviously.
Fridays.
Good night, everybody.
Bang.
I gave him the lob. My guy dunked it.